I know that you have known about order of operations since, I think, 5th grade.
I forgot.
That's why we're going to re-talk about it. Okay?
I did not pay attention.
I know because I've seen my kids work on it. Okay? PEMDAS is what a lot of you saw when you opened to this page. Okay? You saw the triangle. That made you think of it? Okay? PEMDAS. What is another way of remembering PEMADAS?
I know PE.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? Now, let's talk about what these stand for. P stands for parentheses. So all of these right here, this is parentheses, but sometimes you might see like a brace or a bracket. They still mean parentheses. What I would also like you to write down is a G. Okay? G for grouping. Okay? So sometimes things are grouped together, maybe inside of an absolute value. It's not parentheses, but they're grouped together. Okay? Maybe, like, do you see this problem right here? We have a group of numbers in our numerator and a group of numbers in our denominator. Okay? There's technically not parentheses here, but they're grouped in the numerator, grouped in the denominator. Okay? So we're gonna say parentheses, but know that we could also say grouping. Okay? All right. E is for exponents. Can you get your notes out, Jaden? Can you look?
I don't have it.
You don't have it. Okay, E is for exponents. Now, we haven't talked a lot about exponents in here, but I know that you've talked about exponents before because I've seen my 6th grader do his homework and he knows about exponents. So,
My shirt's wet.
stop messing with your water bottle.
I tried drinking some and like just fell right out.
Okay, I have a question. What does 3 to the 4th mean?
Oh, is this like an
Okay.
easy question or a tough one?
3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is what 3 to the 4th means. Okay? So if you have exponents, I need you to understand that it's repeated multiplication. Okay? All right. Next, we have multiplication. It's not getting my face, okay. And division. There we go. Now, why are they right next to each other? Okay, so they're tied, but if we have more than one multiplication and or division, then we need to read them from left to right. So I want you to put an arrow. Actually, we're going to put it above. I want you to put an arrow above the MD because we're going to go from left to right. Thank you for throwing that away. I think that's a good choice. Okay. If we have multiplication and division together, did that not stop it, Ellie? There we go. Then we have addition and subtraction. Those are also tied operations. So if we have more than one addition or subtraction, we need to read those from left to right. Okay? Now, I know that you've been doing, you need to focus, okay? Take a pen. I know that we've been doing order of operations for a few years. But here's the deal. Every time you hit a new grade level, we get a little bit more intense with what the order of operations problems are going to look like. So even though you know order of operations, please do not work ahead of me. And I need you to listen to my suggestions when I give them to you. Okay? Now, I really like that it's in a triangle. Why do you think it is helpful for this to be in a triangle?
Illuminati.
Why does a triangle make it nice?
Because every time you solve a problem, it goes down one.
Okay, every time you solve one of the operations, you have one less thing to do. So we should just like narrow down until we have an answer. Okay? So here's another one of my suggestions. I'm going to write PEMDAS over here. That way I can kind of like check things off as I go. Okay? You should only do one operation at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to underline the operation and then move it down. Okay? So do we have parentheses? You betcha we do right here. So I'm going to underline. This is what I'm doing. Okay? What is 5 minus 9? I heard 4. I heard negative 4. Okay, 5 minus 9. We're subtracting more than we have, so we're going to get into the negatives here. Okay? Now, I left it inside the parentheses. And I copied everything else down. Now, I've done what's inside the parentheses, so we're done with P. What does it mean? What's happening between 4 and negative 4, Ellie? They're being multiplied. Just understand, if there's not an operation in between, we know it's multiply. Okay. Now, our next one is E for exponents. Do we have any exponents?
Yeah.
We do. We have 2 cubed. Now, maybe you need to write down that 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is, it's not 6, guys. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. Okay, we've done parentheses, we've done exponents. Now, and I'm going to write my arrow on the top, multiplication and division are tied. How many multiplication and divisions do we have? Oh, we have 1, right? Remember, we decided that these two, there's a multiplication in between because of that parentheses there. Okay, so what is 4 times negative 4? We have negative 16. Now I'm going to copy down the rest. 8 plus negative 16 plus 12 plus negative 2. All right, we've done our multiplication and division. Now we have addition, well, really just addition. And remember, when we do our addition and subtraction, we need to go from left to right. Okay, so from left to right, here's addition. What's 8 plus negative 16?
8. Oh, never mind. Negative 6.
But it's going to be negative 8, yeah.
Oh, I was right.
Okay.
Just
negative, yeah.
negative.
And then we're going to copy down the rest that we didn't use. Okay. Do you see how it's easy to see what I didn't use because I'm underlining the operation that I'm doing? So I know what numbers to bring down. Okay. Next addition from left to right. Negative 8 plus 12. Did I hear a 4? 4. And then I have left plus negative 2. What's our answer, Landon, with a no?
2.
2. One operation at a time. We need to follow that checklist with PEMDAS. Okay, questions about that example? Okay. Turn the page. We're going to do this example.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm going to write PEMDAS down here, just so I can follow my checklist. All right, P for parentheses. Do we have any? Okay. Parentheses, we have them right here, right? What is 9 divided by 3? 3. So I'm going to make it 3. I'm going to still put the parentheses around it so I know that that's what goes with that exponent. And then I'm going to bring down everything else.
I'm so bad at life.
That's okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, do we have exponents? Yes, we do. We have exponents right here. 3 cubed means, and you don't have to, but maybe it will help you to write down what it means. 3 times 3 times 3 is 3 cubed. What is that number? 27. Then, whatever I didn't underline, I have to bring down to the next one.
Wait, the dot means times or multiply?
Yes, it does.
I always find that. Addition.
Okay. Now, multiplication and division are tied from left to right, but really it appears that we only have multiplication. Do you agree? We have multiplication here and we have multiplication here. So here's a time where we need to make sure we're going from left to right. So from left to right, we got to do this one first. What is negative 3 times 5? Negative 15. Okay. And then we'll bring down whatever else we did not use. Okay. Well, now we have multiplication again. We have negative 15 times 27. Now, first of all, is it going to be positive or negative? Negative. So I'm just going to write that it's negative. Okay. And I really appreciate those of you who are going off to the side and saying 27 times 15. All right, 7 times 5 is 35. 3 times 2 is 10 plus 3 is 13, right? Then we have 1 times 7, 1 times 2. So I'm getting 405?
Huh?
Is that what you got?
That's a big number.
Jacob Tanner got that. Matthew Contreras got that. So we have negative 405 minus a negative 3. So we've done our multiplication division. Technically, addition and subtraction are tied, but it looks like we only have one operation left, subtraction. Now, subtracting a negative 3. Let's go back to our integer operations. Subtracting a negative 3 is the same as adding opposite. So we're going to add the positive 3. So now we have negative 405 plus 3.
Oh, yeah.
Negative 400 and? Negative 402. We're negative, and then we go 3 in the positive direction. Okay. Now here's the deal. I could keep doing problems for you,
Okay.
but you know PEMDAS. Okay? Or we can work at our own pace and get some feedback on if we're doing things right. So this is what's going to happen. I want you to leave your notebooks open to this page. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a piece of paper that looks like this. Okay? There are 16 green bordered problems around the room. Do you see them? Okay, there's not one that is like the starting one. You just pick one. So let's say I'm going to do this one first.